Aloha! This is Ann Martin with Big Island News Center, and we're here in the studio today with Terri Thomas, who is the CEO and founder of the Hawaii Airshow Invitational. Memorial Day weekend is going to be a huge event here in Kona. We're going to have our first ever air show the weekend of May 28th and 29th. Terri, could you tell us a little something about the air show, how it got started, and where you're going with it?
The air show started 7 years ago with the thought, we need an air show. I grew up around air shows, and living here without anything that the kids can really attract to, I thought, well, what better thing to have together, to put together here would be an air show. And so I raised my hand. It was 4 years in the making over in Hilo, and it started to make sense. So 7 years now, we're into the making, and we're 90 days to show date.
That's great. So what is your background? What got you interested in air shows?
My father was a private pilot and brought us to all the air shows and airfields, and I was an aviation kid. And what aviation does with a family is an amazing thing, and the history of aviation. So when I grew up, I actually managed an airport. I was 28 years old, and I was managing an airport with my daughter, who was 18 months old. So
Terri, what were some of the steps you had to go through to get to this point?
Well, first we had to look at location. It started in Hilo, and the location seemed to be amicable. The airport manager took me around the field, and we looked at all the aspects of Hilo field, and it started to work. And then we went geographical. Of course, we're in the middle of the Pacific, so geographically we had to figure out how to get airplanes here on an annual basis. Then it was the approvals. The approvals were almost even bigger than the geographical. So now we had to really go from the top and get the state DOT and then the state DOTA, which is Airports Division, Transportation Airports Division, and get their approval, and then go to the FAA, get their approval, the FSDO, which is the safety aspect of aviation, get their approval, and then the ATC, which is air traffic control, and get their approval. So we're working at different levels of approvals, and this has taken us over 4 years to get those approvals.
Wow.
Just to get those approvals. The geographical took 3.
Oh my goodness.
So we're looking at 7 total years in R&D.
Wow, and here you are, it's coming up so quickly.
We're in the pretty part of it. We're in,
yes.
in the icing.
Wonderful.
It is.
Wonderful. So what, I think the last air show I went to was as a child. So what exactly goes on at an air show for those of us who really don't know or don't remember, have never been to one?
Well, you really want to give everyone in the family something to do. You don't want them to be bored, and certainly you don't want to, make it just for one individual like, the gearheads. You want to make it for mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, and you want to bring in the history and the future of aviation. So you want to make it a big ball of wax that people can really enjoy. So we've got things for the kids, a play area, a kid zone for the kids. We've got a lot of history, World War II things coming in for display, and vehicles, airplanes, of such. And then we've got the future. The future is, what we're doing today and what we're going to be doing tomorrow in aviation. So experimental type aircraft, different aircraft that will come in from Oahu, and as well as military aircraft, our most cutting-edge aircraft. We're looking at an F-16 demonstration coming in from Misawa, Japan, which is one of our own boys. Will be flying the demonstration. It's a 16-minute demonstration, and it's going to be phenomenal.
Wow. And this is a free event?
This is not a free event.
Okay.
This is a paid ticket to come in. $5 off if you get it in advance.
Nice. Get it in advance.
Get it in advance. So, and the children 10 and under are free. So it'll be $15 for the general public to get in, $10 for the 11 and above, and free for 10 and under.
Well, that's very nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fun for everyone.
Absolutely.
Affordable.
And that's what it's all about. We just want to really give an opportunity for aviation to be really understood, and the different aspects of aviation. What goes into aviation? Where are the gas tanks in an airplane?
Right.
I mean, just some of the basic questions get answered at air shows, and you have the time to ask them. You can actually go up and touch the airplane and the pilot.
Oh, so much fun, especially for the
Absolutely.
kids. That'll
Absolutely.
be great.
See all the, all the instruments inside the aircraft, the different types of aircraft, helicopters to,
Wow.
oh yeah, it's not just fixed wings. So in some of the private jets that people just see from the the highway is going to be parked right there on the field, so you can at least take a good look at some of those aircraft.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It is fun.
Fun. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about the organization?
Absolutely. This is for the community. This is community-based. We have over 500 volunteers signing on to make sure that this happens every year. This event is 501c3 based. It's nonprofit. We're not out to make a bunch of money and leave in 5 years. We are here for the community. It's community-oriented. It's community business leaders coming up on board and volunteering their time to whatever they know specifically about business, and volunteering that time to make it happen.
Hawaii Airshow Invitational Board of Directors had a community's tabletop meeting recently with participants of the upcoming air show at the Kona International Airport Administration Building. The meeting, which took place March 2nd, was designed to help coordinate operations between departments and participants, including members of the Civil Air Patrol.
We'll be supporting the air show by providing cadets and senior members to act as safety people on the flight line. And so we'll be monitoring the crowd activity and reporting to the security and to the local police with what we see.
I'm Cadet Major Jonathan Lomberg. I am the Cadet Commander at the Kona Composite Squadron, Civil Air Patrol. And this will be my first air show here. It's the first air show going on in Kona. I've worked at various air shows on other islands and on the mainland, so this will be a good experience. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a great air show.
Discussed at the meeting among local government and federal agencies were air traffic control, airport activities, crowd control, emergency and first aid, FAA risk assessment, flight coordination and scheduling during the air show demonstrations, and other duties needed for a successful air show. Well, that looked as if it was a very informative meeting. Can you tell us about any of the sponsors who have jumped on board?
Yeah, we have a lot of sponsors. We got Big Island News Center as a sponsor. We've got King Kamehameha Kona Beach Hotel. We've got Lava 105, Koa Country, Mini of Hawaii. We've got Huggos, some private donations. And we've got Big Island Printing and Graphics, who is our web designer, and many more coming on.
Great, great. So if vendors, other vendors, maybe sponsors, individuals, they want to find out more about the air show?
Absolutely.
Do you have a website?
It's hawaii-airshow.com.
Hawaii-airshow.com. Okay. And what about a phone number?
Phone number is 326-1680.
Okay, 326-1680, everyone. So thank you, Terri, for coming in. It was a real pleasure to speak with you, and we are all looking forward to the air show. It's going to be a huge event, I know, and I know the whole town is probably buzzing about it.
Absolutely.
So thank you again. And for Big Island News Center, this is Ann Martin. Thank you so much for watching.